struggles as Pat Walker and Mission winners doing the week that was. And for some, I think they want to say, yeah, boy, that was the week that was, and I'm glad it's over. Whew. Anyway, but what do you got to do? You want to get better than other people? Just analyze it. Don't have baggage. We run it like a business. We get rid of junk that's not participating. We limit losses. We ride trends. It's good for the head, good for the pocketbook, helps us think clearly, move forward. So what are we going to do? Down and dirty, the week that was, the leading ETF or the major index ETFs, and the MAXLIST. We love the MAXLIST. Here we go, rock and roll. Spiders fell on very heavy volume Thursday, bounced above the 50-day on pretty heavy volume Friday. Perhaps it'll lead. That's the spiders. SSO, similar situation. Okay, I'm going to go back there. Spiders above the 50-day. SSO leveraged above the 50-day. Love SSO. QQQ. Okay, let me see here. Here's QQQ below the 50-day and it's starting to fall. Oh, here's the spiders above the 50-day. Oh, gosh. Looks like some of the big NASDAQ stocks are underperforming. Yeah, you're right. So what do? Well, I guess I'm going to be the hero and buy a bunch of NASDAQ stocks, what Shirley Temple says. Right, sure, go for it. I'm not saying it's over, but focus on strength, folks. Don't impose your will on the stocks. The charts will tell you what to do. QLD, similar situation. Have to watch this and see. And again, it's below the 50-day. IWM, above the 50-day. TNA, above the 50-day. So what does it tell us real quick? The big stocks are leading. The big NASDAQ stocks are underperforming. And some small cap stocks are acting okay. Now you know the holes to fish in. Here we go. Apple, MAXLIST stock. It's really, you always ask yourself, would I see this in any chart book saying this is a good buy? I think the answer is no, not really. It's not a high probability setup. It's a double bottom, and maybe it will lift, but it's not the clean and simple high probability setup. Amazon, put in a big reversal day there. Lower lows and lower highs. You'll have to watch that and see what happens. So just be careful with it. Alibaba, just lower lows. There's nothing there. Okay. Always ask yourself, would I see this in any chart book that would say, oh, this is what I need to buy? Bill O'Neill. Okay. How to make money in stocks. Well, this is what you want to look for right here. This is a great pattern. You don't need the cup and handle. You just look at this. No, I don't think so. By the way, he's a great guy and he changed my life and I'm grateful to have met him a couple of times. So there you go. Let's rock and roll. Baidu, maybe a bounce off the 50-day. Okay, look at this. Alibaba below all the moving averages. Baidu, bounce off the 50-day. Okay, which one would you possibly look at? This one or this one? I think this one. There you go. You're connecting the dots. Facebook just chopping around. You can say, oh, that's a good green bar right there, Pat. I want you to look at the open on this bar, and I want you to look at the close. This stock opened, rallied all the way up, and closed in the bottom, probably the bottom third of its range on him. It's not met with buying. It was met with selling. They sold into it. The close was still above the previous day's close, but it ain't the best thing since sliced bread. Be aware of it. Google. Now look at this one. I mean, folks, check this out. Oh, you like those sound effects, by the way? Look at this. Hanging in there. That looks good to see on a pickup in volume. There we go. Move on. Goldman Sachs hanging in there, but is there any really clean entry here? No, there's not. Netflix. It's just chopping around off the 200-day. Maybe it's going to bounce, but it's not a high probability setup. Nvidia. We owned Nvidia and got out of it up here. Made money, and I'm glad we sold. Look at that. That thing fell over 120 points from where we were selling. You know what that's called? That's called a haircut. If you saw my picture, you'd say, Pat, don't need a haircut. There you go. Square bouncing around here. It's loose, folks. Just ask yourself, would I see this in any chart book on how to buy stocks that's like, wow, this is what they're looking? No. Tesla finally lost it. This was a great, look at this buy right here. This was a great run for us. By the way, I'm not boasting. The point is this, education. Look at the entry. Look at the volume. Look at the clean and simple base a sixth grader could see. Maybe even a fifth grader. And it rallies up. And it just marches up the movie. You sell some into strength, starts to lose moving averages some more. Last sale, right there. Goodbye. Done. Take it. Twitter. Chopping around here a little bit. I'm going to get rid of these bars for us so we can see what's going on. This lifted off and now it fell. What's the plus about this chart? I'll enlarge this for you. What's the plus? We're almost done, but I like to go deep here sometimes. That's what sets us apart at Mission Winners. Oh, look for the cup and handle. Yeah, you look just for the cup and handle, you'll starve to death. And that's no criticism of the cup and handle pattern. I'm like, you got to master a couple of other patterns or you will starve to death. And you're talking to a guy who knows all about the cup and handle. I was an IBD meetup co-leader for 3 years. Yeah, we know all about the cup and handle. I love it. I love it. But you got to have a couple of others. And again, that's not a criticism on canceling. No way. I will tell you all something. True confession. Bill O'Neill changed my life. One of the greatest honors I have is having lunch with the man, sitting one-on-one. He's wonderful. He's a wonderful man. And I'd stand up in front of anybody. I'm doing it right here. Although I am sitting down. Telling anybody. Changed my life. Great guy. Twitter lifts up here. Maybe it'll bounce. Bounce off the 21 day. That'd be fine. Lift through that. Possibly. And the numbers, the earnings are out of the way. Visa, chopping around. So look at Visa. Study this closely. What's the sister stock to Visa? MasterCard. There's MasterCard. There's Visa. I like this long base here, folks. This is good. Look at the volume on this bar. How is it? How's the volume on this bar versus this bar? As the stock rallied up to old previous highs, right there. How was the volume on this bar? Oh, it's pretty good, Pat. Yeah, it was a pickup. It's a little bit above average daily volume. MasterCard, rallying up to old highs. How's the volume on that bar? Visa, this bar. MasterCard, this bar. Which one had more power, folks? MasterCard, longer base, right there. And guess what? We'll be ready for it. Then we round it out with Microsoft. It's just chopping around, bouncing off the 50-day. It's a little tough here. Could it provide a set-off bouncing off the 50-day? Yes. Is this a high probability pattern? No. So by default, how do you control risk, team? What do? If you buy less shares. You buy more shares on long base breakouts, and you buy less shares on pullback setups if you do them at all. There you go. That's the week that was with the MAXLIST stocks and the major index ETFs. Last point I'll make is this. Don't impose your will on the stocks. Last points I'll make. Don't impose your wills on the stocks, and that was easy for me to say, and always limit losses. Focus on clean and simple that everybody can see. It will increase your profitability. That's a fact. So anyway, that's for everybody. Have a good weekend. Rock and roll.
Thank you for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit like. Maybe hit that subscribe button. We come up with new content nearly every day. Also, check out the videos on the right. YouTube recommends the one on the top, and the bottom one is something we thought you might enjoy. See you next time.